say fuck you to the FCC for messing with him by hiring the guy and giving him a flunky spot on satellite radio after he got in his trouble with the FCC. That's the only reason the guy's even got a job. And now apparently, you know, he's going to be on the outs with TNA unless his buddy Hogan overrules it. But anyway, I just want to say, you know, Bubba, you know, if you need a gig, pal, if you need to be able to spout your verbal effluvia on airwaves, then give me a call at Ring of Honor. I might not be able to start you out in a spot on the television show, but maybe we've got an entry-level position swabbing out the toilets at the arena in Philadelphia, just in case you need a gig. But Hogan's got his own problems. Hogan ain't going to be able to save, and we're going to talk, by the way, we're going to talk about the Big Bang in Charlotte in a few minutes, folks, for all the buzz that's gotten on the internet over the past few days. But I just want to make mention that Hogan's got his own problems. Obviously, the people in the Impact Zone have started booing him because he's basically come in there and slapped them in the face and told them that their support of TNA for the last 7 years didn't matter. And what was it he said when they got in the four-sided ring, the people started chanting, "We want 6 sides"? He said, well, basically paraphrasing, he said, well, you had 6 sides up till now, and look where that got you. Like nothing was important until Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff and all of the Stooges came aboard. Well, now the people are booing and chanting bullshit and turning their backs on things to the point where, did you see the video? It's been circulated all over the internet the past 12 hours or so, where Steve Small, who's a nice guy, he works for TNA. He's the production director. He makes sure that all the equipment gets there and that the relations with the studio, with Universal Studios, are okay and everything's fine. Sets up the tapings. He actually had to get in the ring along with representatives of Universal and ask the people not to chant bullshit at the crummy product that they're seeing. There's a 5-minute video out on the internet. He told the people, the fans, you're all cast members on the show, and we can't have the profanity, and we can't have signs. Basically said, don't knock this shit that we're trying to force feed you. Now, I've been involved in a lot of promotions. I've owned some. I've booked some. I've worked for some, and I have never had to go out and tell any crowd anywhere that has ever been assembled at any wrestling match that I've been involved in not to tell us that the shit that we're giving them is shit. So I'd just like to say congratulations, TNA. You've set the bar even higher.
Let's talk a little bit about Ring of Honor. Some big news breaking with Ring of Honor this past
You wanted to change that subject real quick, Tommy. Are you afraid of legal liability here? You think somebody's going to sue us for slander?
Nah, I can give a shit.
I'm just stating it. I'm messing with you, Tommy. I'm just stating the truth. It just does my heart good to see that the First Amendment, the right of free speech in the United States of America, is still up and well. And I would suggest not only should people bring the signs with the opinion they want to express, and don't be vulgar. Don't be vulgar at the amusement park in front of all the little kiddies. You know, Mr. and Mrs. Dumbfuck and all the little dumbfucks, they spend their money every year to come to Universal Studios and have a good time at the amusement park, and they don't want their kids to hear stuff like that. But if you can make it clean and you can still express your opinion, then I think you ought to have the right to. So bring the signs saying what you want to see, not what they're going to feed you, and make up some good creative chants. And let's really rattle Hulk Hogan's cage, because you can literally see the hair falling out of his bald head even further. His blonde hair is turning gray. It's coming through the peroxide. He realizes now what a shitstorm he's gotten involved in, and that he's not the man anymore, and he hasn't been for decades. So if you want to turn your backs on what's happening in the TNA ring, Tommy, as you just mentioned, turn them right over to Ring of Honor. Because everybody's seen the press release, everybody's seen the videos. Ring of Honor is making a statement. On Saturday night, April 3rd, in Charlotte, North Carolina, at the Grady Cole Center. It used to be the Park Center. Back in the 60s and 70s, it was the place for wrestling in Charlotte. Rip Hawk and Sweet Hansen, Johnny Weaver and George Becker, Ole and Gene Anderson, and a young rookie kid named Ric Flair used to pack that Grady Cole Center for professional wrestling under Jim Crockett Sr. And now, in 2010, on April 3rd, pro wrestling will explode into the 21st century with the Big Bang. It all begins again on April 3rd. Ring of Honor is making a statement. We're the new style of in-ring professional wrestling. We're the new stars. We're the youngest locker room in the entire professional wrestling sport. We've got a statement to make, and we're going to make it in front of the world. Not only a packed house in Charlotte. We're going to turn them away that night. It's going to be on internet pay-per-view. It's going to be available through Go Fight Live TV. Everybody in the world with a computer will be able to see pro wrestling finally enter the 21st century in the year 2010 with Ring of Honor's Big Bang. It's going to be tremendous.
Wow,